Welcome to Backyard Basics at Lake Austin Spa Resort. Joining me this morning is Paul Smith from our Activities Department and my assistant Amanda Alvarez. And Paul's going to show us some stretches that we can do to protect our bodies when we're gardening.
Well, first of all, we're going to start with some stretches for the back, because if you're bending over a lot, then that really can take a toll on your back. So we're going to start with a backward bending stretch. So let's have feet about with the hip joints, hands behind the back to support. And just press your hips forward a little bit, lift the chest, look up slightly. So just relax a bit into this back bend. We'll hold about 20 seconds, and then we'll stand up real tall. Let's take your right hand, your right hip, and reach your left arm up, and then we're going to reach up and over to the side. And just feel that nice stretch to the side of your torso. And then we're going to be doing the same stretch to the other side, reaching up and leaning across. So feel that nice stretch. We ideally want to hold each of these about 20 seconds. Now lift back up. Now one more stretch for the torso, and for the back, we're going to take the right hand to the left shoulder and twist, look over that left shoulder. So feel a nice twisting effect as you stretch around. Just hold to the extent that feels comfortable for you. Now we'll come back to the front, same thing to the other side. So left hand to right shoulder, twist around, look over the right shoulder, again, holding about 20 seconds. And back to the front. So now we'll do some stretches for the shoulders and for the wrists that you also work a lot with your reaching and pulling and pushing with gardening. Let's reach behind the back. We can interlace the fingers and we'll stretch back and up. Now we'll lift the chest, we'll look up slightly. So good stretch for the shoulders. This is good for the posture also because of all that reaching forward with gardening. We'll stretch the shoulders out the other way. Now let's release, and with your left hand, let's pull the right arm in and look over the right shoulder. Now keep a little gap between the chin and the shoulder. Good, now we'll take it to the other side. So pull the arm in, look over the shoulder, keep a little gap between the chin and the shoulder. And back to the front. Now for the wrist. So let's take one hand and pull the back of the wrist down, just to the extent comfortable for you. Remember, all of these would want to hold ideally about 20 seconds, just to the extent it's a comfortable stretch for you. Now we'll pull all the fingers back, stretching underneath the wrist. And make sure you're always breathing continuously throughout the stretches. Now the other side, pull down, stretching the back of the wrist. And then we'll pull the fingers back. Now let's circle the wrist around a few times. Circle the other way and shake out. Now next we're going to do a few stretches for the lower body because there may be a lot of bending down, a lot of squatting as you get close to the ground. So let's start with the left leg back. Bend forward with the right knee. We're going to stretch the calf of the back leg, and then when you tuck your tailbone forward a little bit, we can feel some stretch in the front of the hip also. So these can be done prior to gardening as a warm-up. Anytime in the middle of gardening, if you're feeling a little stiff, or afterwards, you can do it also as a cool down. Now let's step that back foot halfway up, bend your knees a little bit, lean forward to stretch down into the lower ankle, so the back of that ankle of your back leg. Now let's shift your hands to your back thigh, pull your front toes up. Now if possible, slide your hand down that leg, or if possible, even hold the toe. Now it doesn't matter if you can't hold it, but that's an option. Think of pressing the abdomen toward the thigh. And we'll slide up. Now other side. Take your leg back, keep your heel down, bend the front knee forward. Remember, if we tuck the tailbone forward a little bit, bringing some stretch to the front of the hip as well as in the calf. So these stretches may help us not feel sore after gardening. Now step forward just a little bit. Bend forward with both knees a little bit, stretching down in the back of the ankle of your back leg. Keep breathing as you relax in that stretch. Now shift weight to your back leg. Hands on your back thigh, pull your front toes up, and we could slide down or possibly holding the toes. So these are great to do before, during, or after gardening. May help to prevent some chronic low back pain that may develop from gardening and help us feel good throughout our body afterwards. So this is something we can do regularly, Tricia.
Well, thanks, Paul, for Backyard Basics. It's a well-stretched group of employees here. Thanks for joining us.